Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my review for the most recently released part of the Walking Dead comic book series in volume form. This is for the Walking Dead volume 27. This will be my review of the Whisper War. And spoiler warning if you have not read this trade for The Walking Dead as of yet. So this will be the video for today, guys. No TV series video for today. I got lots of other stuff to do, taxes and stuff like that. So I'll just do this one for today. And then tomorrow we'll do some Walking Dead TV series videos, Q&As and all that. So send me your questions, though. Same as usual. And tomorrow we'll resume with the Walking Dead daily Q&As for the TV series. This one I was really excited to get. And wanted to really do a video on this one and focus on this one. Because this is a huge volume. The Whisper War. This is one of the biggest volumes for The Walking Dead, I want to say, since All Out War, with regards to people who really like action, such as myself. You know, I love everything The Walking Dead does, from its character development to its emotional scenes to even times of peace where you get time skips and things like that. But for me, I mean, there's nothing better than war. War is the best. So, cover first of all, Volume 27, The Whisper War. Awesome stuff. You got Negan going with Beta here, and I want to say that's probably the highlight of this trade. Like I said, death warning. There are deaths in the volume, so if you don't want to know, you don't want to know. Highlight of the volume, I would have to say, is the fight between Negan and Beta. I think. I mean, I remember reading that in individual form when we first got the issue, and man, that's one of the most exciting fight sequences we've seen in all of The Walking Dead, I want to say. And I really feel like if Rick is going to become more of kind of a backseat type driver with the community and everything, and a backseat type leader, then Negan is a really great character to have on the side of the survivors, because he's a character that we can follow as a point of view character into battle, and just see some really interesting stuff with him, and exciting and fun stuff. He's just really fun to see. So love everything with Negan in this trade, and Beta as well too, and really love the death of Lucille, so to speak, when he breaks Lucille over Dwight, or over Beta's back. Really exciting part. So that's probably the best for me. And then of course the death of Father Gabriel was really good too. I love this throw, by the way, when he gets when Lucille gets thrown to him and he catches it. Sorry for the glare, I know you can't see that well, but he's got it, and then he kind of says, "Welcome home, baby," and then he goes after Beta with it, and Beta kind of blocks with his two knives. As Negan comes down over top with the Lucille head bash, kind of going right for the kill right away, right? As if he's done it before quite a few times, as we've seen in the Here's Negan, as he's kind of using different bats as they go through the story to kill off zombies. So that's number one for me in terms of the highlight. This one too as well, the death of Father Gabriel, where he falls down on the water tower, and you have breaks his leg, or breaks his foot, his ankle kind of, and then Beta releases him. "I release you," and he says, "You should have whispered." I think that's awesome, because of course he kind of screams as he dies, and all the zombies around notice him because he makes a noise, and then they all kind of devour him to the point where there's nothing left. So brutal stuff, but this is a war. It's kind of what you would expect to see in this trade. So it starts off. Volume starts off. We've got Negan returning with the head of Alpha, which is, I want to say, in and of itself was a pretty nice twist. It was not something that any of us really saw coming. I was doing prediction videos at that time, and pretty much nobody said that they think Negan would go there and kind of kill Alpha. Or well, I mean, there's a few theories about him possibly assassinating her and just trying to act like he's falling in love with her as it was happening. But prior to kind of seeing that play out earlier on, I mean, nobody would think that. You would think more along the lines that Negan would go there, would join the Whispers, and then fight against Rick and the others as a Whisperer, which was kind of the natural direction you think he might go before he's kind of proven himself to the survivors. So that's probably one of my favorite takeaways from, in terms of characters, is that in this trade, of course, and before and after these few volumes, Kirkman takes Negan from being kind of a villain type character to a character that really has, I don't want to say redeemed himself 100%, because I don't know if he'll ever redeem himself for volume 100 and killing, well, in the TV series, Glenn and Abraham. In the comic book series, Glenn and Abraham, and in the comic book series, Glenn, of course. So, yeah, I don't know if he'll ever redeem himself for that, and we'll have to see how the audience reacts in the TV series and whether or not they ever kind of forgive Negan for it. In the comic book series, I don't know if I forgive him for doing that, but it's kind of like the development that he has, saving Rick a few times and taking out Alpha. It was a pretty big thing to take out Alpha, because she, of course, was the leader of the Whispers, and without her, they kind of marched to war right away, but at the same time, you kind of feel like maybe they don't have their fearless leader, so it probably did actually help these survivors kind of win this war. As we go through it, and there's a lot of really great action sequences. You got all kinds of zombies here with the Whispers mixed in. You've got all the different fighting and some really awesome art from Charlie Adlard as always. Beta fighting in between the zombies. You have all the zombies around. You have Beta kind of sneaking in between and the others and attacking Dwight, attacking the others. So the action sequences in this are really awesome. Some really intense scenes. And also, of course, really cool part is here. This is another really good one when you have Dwight and the others who decide when in Rome, and they put on the skin themselves. So there's Dwight with the zombie skin on when in Rome, and he puts it on himself. And then you see them kind of start to take out the zombies as part of the group. So they kind of go in there and they take out some of the Whispers. There's one of them shown taking out one right here. Right there through the top. So going up through his back and through his mouth from the front side. So some really incredible action throughout the trade, the volume, and some stuff that we never really seen before. We never really seen anything like that before in The Walking Dead. Then we get the part with the hilltop and the Whispers attacking there with the flaming arrows and all that, which is really good as well too. And it kind of burning down while the others kind of get away. And we didn't get as many major character deaths there as I thought we probably would. But it was okay, in terms of how it all finished up. There was kind of the question of whether or not Carl was going to survive for a while there, and of course he does make it out. Lydia and what she's going to do, but it in the end, I mean, it's pretty exciting stuff. We finish up the trade with Beta going back and Sherry kind of starting to allude to what they're going to do after the war ends and what the Saviors are going to do and attacking Rick after he wins, and her thinking that he's going to win and that they're just going to wait until that's over so they can kind of pick up the pieces. Dwight and kind of the first part of the army, they arrive back, and then you have the Whispers that send in the massive herd towards Alexandria, and that is impressive. I'm sorry. Okay, that is very impressive. So that's very cool, right? Just like an entire ocean or a sea of walkers heading towards it. Our war is over. Let the dead finish what we have started. So in the end, Whisper War, it didn't totally eliminate off the Whispers. You still have Beta out there. You still have some of the Whispers out there. They're not totally dead as a threat. They're not totally gone. It wasn't a definitive war, and the war is over, but they're not totally defeated 100%. Rick and the others are victorious at a cost. Losing Gabriel, losing the hilltop, losing some others in the mix, and just recently with kind of the repercussions or the carryover of this huge zombie herd that's kind of gone in as the others are pulling it out, and the stuff that we're dealing with now in our current volume, which would be like 28, and then of course 29 will probably still be dealing with the after effects of this, with the Saviors kind of becoming our more prominent villains at the forefront. So in terms of score for this one, I'm going to give this one a 9.7 out of 10. It starts off insanely strong. It starts off as like the strongest volume, one of the strongest volumes ever, right up there with All Out War. And some of the other parts of The Walking Dead, like Made to Suffer, that are really, really great. I've done a video giving my thoughts on what are the best parts of The Walking Dead comic book series. If you guys have seen it, you know what I'm talking about. This one is up there. This one for sure is up there. I think with this one, where it ends off is kind of like a lot of us were hoping to see maybe a few more deaths on the side of the survivors to make it feel like it really was a war, and kind of to see that carry through. Right away when they announced this was going to be only one volume and it wasn't going to be like a part 2, 3, 4 parter, I felt like this war could probably be a 2 or 3, 4 volume part of the Walking Dead series. Kirkman opted not to go that route and not to extend it further than one volume, so it's kind of short and sweet. You get the stuff before with Alpha, afterwards you get the carryover with the, it kind of turns into a no way out situation, and they're kind of still dealing with that now in the current release issues. So if anything, I think that the ending of this one is a little bit shy. Aside from that, it's one of the absolute most exciting, trades in all The Walking Dead. One of the most exciting volumes The Walking Dead has ever had. It's just that the ending kind of ends off at a part where it's like, I think a lot of us wanted to see the Whisperers kind of go all in, but I think that the way Kirkman and the way The Walking Dead story has changed over the years, it used to be more like with The Walking Dead, they would have a villain, they would kind of defeat the villain, they would kill the villain, then we move on. Like for example, the Hunters, that kind of thing. The Governor was a little bit different. Negan is a little bit more complex than that. But for a lot of villains, you'd see them be killed off, and then that would be it. Or at the end of the war, it'd be definitive that that Rick and the others win. And then they'd go on to the next thing, and that would kind of end that villain for the series, and we'd see something else. With this one, with the Whisperer War, it doesn't entirely end the war with the Whisperers being entirely defeated. They have used their trump card, which is to send in the zombie herd and, as their most powerful action, I suppose. So after this volume, the Whisperers are not nearly as strong as they were because they had that huge, horde that they could steer and kind of use as kind of an ultimate attack, so to speak, to take down whatever opponent at whatever base or location they seem to be at. Just about no defenses are going to stop that from coming through. And I also do really like to see when the herd actually arrives afterwards and kind of crushes the gate down because there's just so much pressure of them pushing each other. No defense is going to stop this. There's no way you could probably stop this in terms of force. You kind of have to reroute it, so you'd have to kind of route it away from yourself. But once it's on top of you, you're trapped in. So it's really exciting. Highlights: Gabriel, Negan versus Beta. Dwight also getting some highlights there too, wearing the zombie skins, fading in, and then all the action with all the kills and everything, and it ending off with a good setup for the next one, but just a little bit missing with the ending. Wanting to see a little bit more of the Whisperers, but we're gonna have to wait on that for a while. It looks like Kirkman decided that Beta is too good of a villain, I suppose, to be killed off right away right now. And with the series going to be going on for a long time and lots more volumes, lots more trades, lots more seasons of the TV series probably, maybe Kirkman has realized over time it might be best not to kill off your villains so quickly because then you can get more time out of them. And of course, Rick and the others did kill Alpha. So it's kind of like the Whisperers lost their head honcho's head. And now Beta is kind of taking over, so they've adapted. They've also lost their herd, so the Whisperers are still out there, but there's something different than what they were when just before this war got underway and started. So let me know what you guys thought about this volume. I still think it's incredible. It's an incredible volume, and some of the most exciting stuff in all The Walking Dead at the start and in the middle. I mean, the start and middle were just like the first two parts of it, or two acts, I guess you could say. Amazing. And then the ending was like exciting for the rest, but maybe a little bit, maybe like the ending would be like an 8 out of 10, and we're expecting the first two parts to be like a 10 out of 10, right? So yeah, let me know what you guys thought about the Whisper War. It's still one of the best parts of The Walking Dead, though. And I don't want to sound like I'm just complaining because it's awesome, and I haven't read any trades from any other comic book series recently that got me as good. So this was amazing. So write your comments below. Let me know what you guys think. Check out some of my other trade reviews, guys. If you want to see my thoughts on some of the other best parts of The Walking Dead, videos are all on the channel for every single volume. I've reviewed every issue. So check them out if you want to see. And if you like this video today, please don't forget to thumb it up below. Write me a question for a Q&A tomorrow for the TV series, or it could be comics too, whatever. And so thumb it up if you like it. Share if you don't mind. And if you're new and you want to subscribe to the channel, click the subscribe button. Don't forget to click it, guys, bottom left. That's it for this video. I'll see you guys again soon for another. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace. See you guys tomorrow.